Hello friends, I'm so excited. This week we are going to do a what I read and wear in a week vlog. And this week is extra special because I don't know if you can see behind me. We've got the signs out for the new Nevermoor book coming out next week, 30th of April. I am so excited and I have an early copy. So we will be reading this together and I haven't reread the other 3 books. So it's going to be an interesting experience. The other thing though that we need to do for this video, what I read and wear, is show you my outfit for today. So this is what I'm wearing today. Just a nice day at work. Hopefully a nice day at work. I'm opening the shop in about 20 minutes. I've got my tried and true backpack, the backpack I bring everywhere all the time. And then I'm just wearing some black jeans, some black, very comfy shoes. My new cardigan. Oh, I really do love this thing. I've been wearing it so much. Ray new. And then I've just got a t-shirt that I've had for a couple of years. Love the colours. Anyway, it's time for me to start work and I will talk to you this evening about Silverborn because I absolutely will be starting it in my lunch break. I cannot wait. Okay, let's talk about Silverborn. I've been a fan of this series since it first came out. I still remember walking into the bookshop in Fairfield and they had a poster, and I feel like on the poster it said something about like the vibes being like Alice in Wonderland meets Ghibli, and it couldn't have been more correct, although I would also throw in a bit of Doctor Who, to be perfectly honest with you. Jupiter, I just picture him as like Tennant's doctor in my head. Anyway, I am 50 whole pages in. I know, not a whole lot of reading, but like I did have a very busy day today. And also like this book is 700 pages, or not quite anyway. 662 pages. It's definitely a jump from the previous books. So far, a lot has been happening. Oh my gosh. It is honestly so much, and I do feel a little bamboozled, if I can say. I definitely do feel like I probably would be able to talk to you better about this right now, this early on, if I had refreshed my memory and reread the earlier books. Having said that though, I am not, at least so far, feeling like I'm not keeping up, feeling like there's something that I'm just absolutely missing. Like I'm having a good time. So how the book opens with basically like this prelude. Is it a prelude or is it chapter 1? It's chapter 1. It's set Spring's Eve of Winter 3, and basically it's a whole bunch of clocksmiths who are talking about how, like, in the past year, there's all these signs that are pointing to a new age starting. And so they're expecting something really big to happen, like tonight. Anyway, before we find out if it really is the beginning of a new age and what the fuck is going to happen on that night, it jumps back in time 4 months previous. And this is where we get introduced to the lovely Morrigan. It's our first time meeting her in so long, and Morrigan and her friends from Unit 919 are going to be participating in the Black Parade, which is something that most people in the Wanderers Society participate in every year. And although the people of Nevermoor don't really know it, basically this is kind of like a cover to lure in all of these unrestless, what are they called? The unresting. And a teacher kind of sits them down to prepare them for this whole experience. And I just loved this section. The teacher says, "The unresting may look terrifying, but in truth they are pitiful creatures, mopey, miserable, and a touch skittish. However, being pitiful doesn't mean they deserve our pity. While they lived, they were people who did terrible, unforgivable things and got away with them entirely. They died having never paid for their crimes. No justice, no punishment. They're undeserving of rest, and so they are the unresting." Oh, just haunting, beautiful, impactful, like just, while all of this is happening, we keep kind of getting hints that Morrigan kind of at the back of her mind has something itching at her that she's like half forgotten but can't quite remember. And I do feel like this is probably something that happened in the last book that I don't remember either. And so I'm guessing if you had have just read the previous book, you would know what this is referring to. But because I don't, I kind of like it, at least so far, because I feel very similarly to Morrigan. But anyway, Blair's just got home and I have some more reading to do, so I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hello again. It's Thursday afternoon. I've spent the morning doing some like cleaning, some washing, some folding, some very boring things that you didn't need to see, and some knitting. I'm knitting now. It's very exciting. Actually, I'm knitting quite a lot, which is eating into my reading time. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, we are here to chat a little bit about books and my outfit. Firstly, I just need to show you what I bought yesterday. Look at this. Birdle. Like Wordle, but birds. Fun word games about Australian birds. I love it. I love word puzzles and I love birds, so obviously I'm going to love this. Obviously. Anyway, Nevermoor, I have gotten stuck in. I am up to page like 200 and I am truly having a great time. I love Nevermoor. Now, I don't know how much to say because obviously this is the 4th book in a series, so I don't want to be spoiling it. And I mean, as of right now, this book isn't even out yet, so I kind of feel like I need to whisper so I don't get in trouble. We have kind of been reminded of like what that thing was that Morrigan couldn't quite remember, and neither could I. And like bits of previous books are coming back to me, but I still like, it's been probably like 3 years since, I think I've reread the books once, but like 3 years ago. They're sitting up on the, you can't see them, but I have like the pretty hardcover versions. Look, see? It's not very often that I get pretty hardcover versions, but I love these books, I really do. I guess I do want to talk to you like loosely about some of the things that happen. If you don't want spoilers at all, maybe just skip to the outfit section. Basically, Morrigan has discovered that maybe she has family in Nevermoor. What? If you don't know, from the very first book, like how we get to know Morrigan is like in a completely different world that is much more like ours. And Nevermoor is a series that definitely stands on the shoulders of Harry Potter. There's a lot of influence taken from Harry Potter, although I think it's brilliant and definitely stands on its own 2 feet. It's also one of the reasons that I think Nevermoor is the perfect alternative if you're looking for a book written not by a horrible TERF kind of person. She's basically like the anti-J.K. Rowling that we all needed, and I feel like she has helped heal a little part of my soul. Anyway, at the beginning of the very first book, Morrigan is kind of like very mistreated by her family. She's considered this cursed child, and she's going to die on her 11th birthday. But of course, a stranger from another land comes in, sweeps her off at the last minute, and takes her to the magical world of Nevermoor. And so for the last few books, we haven't really thought much about Morrigan's family, but now we're getting suggestions that maybe one of her parents was originally from Nevermoor as well, and maybe she has some family here. So I'll leave the specifics for you to discover, but basically at like a family event, essentially a murder happens, and that is alluded to on the back here. And I'm just really curious to find out like how involved Morrigan's family was, or maybe isn't, I don't know, in this murder. Like, are they even good guys? We don't know. Anyway, I'm having a grand old time being back in this world, being back with Morrigan and her friends. I just love it. I truly, truly love this series, but I am pressed for time because I am working this evening, and on the way to work, Blair and I are going to go to a yarn shop, and Blair really wants me to make him some gloves, just like I've been making everybody else. But firstly, of course, I need to show you my outfit, so let's do that quickly. Okay, so this is the outfit. I feel like any time in April that the temperature says it's going to be over 25 degrees, I am absolutely pretending it's the height of summer. I'm making the most of what is left of our warm weather before we dive head first into the colder seasons in Melbourne. Summer really is hanging on this year, and I am like squeezing every tiny last morsel out of it. You can absolutely count on that. So I'm wearing this variety hour dress that I've had for a couple of years now. Isn't it so colourful and fun? And then I'm just wearing some white sneakers. I'm going to take the bag that I take almost every day, everywhere. And I am also going to take with me my new denim jacket, just in case it does get a little cool tonight. Should I try it on for you just so you can see? So there we have it. That's kind of like the whole look. It's pretty simple, but it's comfortable, it's colourful, it's fun. I feel cute. I feel good. Okay, but that's it. Now it's time to go yarn shopping. Let's go. Good evening, friends. It is so late. It's after midnight. It's 12:06. I'm so ready for bed, but I realized I completely failed to check in with you today. I mean, I did film a little bit out on our spontaneous rain bird walk. That's the first time we've done something like that, and We just had the best time. Could you tell? I hope you could. Now, did you want a yarn haul? I didn't give you a yarn haul from yesterday. Firstly, Blair picked out his, I mean, it's dark. It's not really the best lighting for this, is it? Anyway, Blair did pick out his yarn for the fingerless gloves that he wants me to make him. I did pick out some of this kind of like tealy green for me. Look at it. Isn't it just glorious? I love it. I intend to make fingerless gloves and maybe like a lightweight kind of small scarf for me. Then I picked out a bunch, 5 balls of this, and I'm probably underestimated. I probably am going to have to go back and get more. 5 yarns of the brightest red I could possibly find because my best friend Annie has requested a scarf, but not just any scarf. She wants this scarf. Now, to be fair, Annie lives in a warm climate, so I'm not sure she has any business requesting like a 2-meter long, thick scarf. But if she wants her K-drama main character moment, I'm going to do my best to give it to her. The other thing I have been working on today, and I finished, I don't have it here to show you because it's currently blocking, and I'm not sure when this video is going up. If it's going up before Mother's Day, Mum, get out of here. So I have already made Mum some gloves with this kind of like red browny kind of wool that I got a little while ago. I'm really happy with how these turned out. I mean, I know they're nothing like super incredible, but like I made a thumb. Mum did ask for some fingerless gloves, but I decided that I wanted to like add something in. So I also made her a Sophie scarf. I originally intended to try and make the toasty scarf, but I just think it was a little beyond me. Anyway, with all that said, I did an awful lot today. I had a wonderful day. I loved today. What I did fail to do though is essentially any of what I was supposed to do for this video. I didn't show you my outfit. I mean, you kind of saw one of the outfits that I wore today while we were out on the walk. Earlier in the day, I was wearing this outfit, which I completely neglected to show you. This is an outfit that Ray made me a couple of weeks ago. And this was my first time just like wearing it properly. It was super cute. I loved the colors, obviously. As for reading, where is Silverborn? How much reading do you think I did today? Any guesses? None. Not a single bit. I didn't even open this book. This is the first time I'm picking it up. And part of me kind of wanted to skip today and like pretend that tomorrow was today so that I could read more in this video. But I don't know. I suppose I feel like I'm in my hobby era, and I'm pretty sure you can tell that. I feel like I haven't been this happy and this content in a long time. And I do think that's in large part because I'm just kind of like leaning into the things that bring me joy and that make me feel good and that help me regulate my nervous system and that engage me, you know. I feel like I found a few of those things lately, and I couldn't express, even if I tried, like how good it feels. And so yes, I love reading and I will continue to read, but am I reading as much as I was last year? No, I'm not. And so I suppose I wanted to share that with you a little bit. Like, obviously I don't have a reading goal this year. We spoke about that in another video. And I do feel like that has in some ways just kind of like freed me up to explore or like really dive into some of the other things that I know I want to be spending my time doing. And that's not to say that you can't enjoy a book when you just sit down and binge it. But I don't know, this is how I'm enjoying reading most at the moment, as one of many hobbies mixed into a life that just feels very full. Having said that, my pinky finger is getting a bit sore with all the knitting I've been doing. It's fine, but I will definitely, I think, be doing some more reading rather than quite as much knitting tomorrow. Hello. So we are out on a little bird walk and I've just realized that my microphone is dead. So I'm hoping the sound is okay. But as you can see, it's yet another overcast, dreary kind of day. But we braved it. We braved it because we were in the mood for a walk. And so far we're having the best time. We've definitely been rewarded for our efforts. And lucky for us, Blair has got his camera, so hopefully there'll be a little bit of footage to share with you too. Anyway, what have I been up to today? Well, I've been knitting. I know I'm supposed to be giving my pinky finger a break, but I've just been doing something pretty chill. I'm knitting some gloves for my friend Rosie. I've already finished one, so I started the second one this morning, and I've actually managed to do a little bit of reading today. Surprise, surprise. I have read, I don't know, I think I'm up to like chapter 25, so I'm approaching the 300-page mark. Not quite there yet, but I'm getting there. Still not even halfway. This book is huge. And I do have to say, even though I'm still enjoying it, it definitely does sort of feel like it's slowed down a little bit the last I say 50, 60 pages. As I mentioned last time, a murder has happened and Morrigan and her friends are going to kind of try and figure out what's going on. And so far we're just in this point where they're kind of like convincing each other that they should investigate, and they're starting to investigate. They're kind of like delegating tasks, and I'm just waiting. I'm just ready. I'm in the mood. I'm ready for it to kind of pick up again. And I am intrigued. I'm interested to see where it goes. I just kind of want it to go somewhere soon. Anyway, I don't want to record too much in case this audio is terrible. I do have to show you my outfit quickly though, because it's a cute one. It is cute, especially for a little bird outing. Okay, here we go. What do we reckon? I love it. I think it's adorable. I have been wearing this really lovely skirt all day along with a red top, but because it is a little cool, I've thrown on my denim jacket. I'm getting a lot of wear out of this. It's new. I don't know how much I've told you about it because I don't know when videos are coming out, but it's one of the 2 brand new purchases I have made so far this year. And then I've also got some gum boots because, as we know, it's been pretty wet the last couple of days. But that's it really. We've still got some more birding to do. So let's go.
As a young girl, the fields were mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a care in the world. I was one rich little girl, daydreamer, kidnap me, take me back, all the way back to them days, running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot. No mistake.
Good morning, friends. It feels bright and early because I didn't sleep very well and then I slept in and it's very overcast, but it's like 10 o'clock. It's like 10 o'clock. The day has well and truly started. Ollie is here with us. Last night, my It's Weird Being Fat on the internet video went up, and it's a video that, like I mentioned in that video, I had filmed probably like 5 weeks ago from when I'm filming now. And while I stand by everything I said in that, and while I did my best to like come across in like as measured a sort of way as I could, it's still always just kind of scary putting yourself out there on the internet in that way. Anyway, so because it was going up at 11 o'clock last night, it meant that like I was just a little bit too antsy to like sit down and focus and read, which is okay. Sometimes that happens. But you know what I did? I drew myself an oracle card. I've been doing this quite a lot lately. Anyway, last night when I was feeling a bit antsy about my video coming out in the next couple of hours, I decided to draw myself a card, and I drew make use of renewable resources. And I did immediately think of knitting. I did, but then that was just kind of like hammered home when I read the little message in the guidebook which says, what can you create rather than consume? I just knew then that now was not the time for sitting and watching YouTube. It wasn't the time for reading. It was a time for like being busy and using my hands and making something. It just felt like a little nod to what I needed in that moment. And so I knit last night, and I thought I'd show you. I don't even know how to show you. How do I show you this? Let me do my microphone on glasses trick. It worked last time. So, I'm making some good progress on my friend Rosie's next glove. I did make her, oh, it's not here. I've already made the first one. I made it like a week or 2 ago. So I'm back to make number 2. The other thing that I wanted to show you is that the Sophie scarf that I mentioned I was knitting Mum that was blocking. It's done. It's done. I don't know how to like demonstrate this for you, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. Like, look, I know I'm a beginner. I'm sure that there are critiques to be made, but I think this looks pretty good. Those are my knitting adventures and how they're going. The video is now out. I've had a brief look at the comments, and so far it's a very positive response and everybody is being very, very cool. And that makes me very happy, including some of the people who, I mean, not that I was like keeping names. I didn't have a list of people who I was like angry at who inspired that video. But I did see a couple of comments from people who mentioned that they think that maybe they had said some, you know, out of pocket things and that this video had helped them maybe reassess that going forward. And I love that so much. Anyway, one thing that did come up in that video, and the reason I'm talking about it, other than just like, thank you. The other reason is because quite a few of you asked about the crop tops that I mentioned. I have tried a couple, like 2 or 3 different brands over the year that I've been primarily wearing these now. My favorites and the ones that I've settled on are from Underwear for Humanity. Firstly, I love their range of colors, and I also love their range of sizing. This is not at all sponsored or anything. I just wanted to let you know in case you wanted to check them out as well. They're not the cheapest things in the world, but they're certainly far from the most expensive. For me, they've been a great investment. Anyway, it's kind of cool today. I'm wearing long sleeves. And it's very overcast still, but I'm sure we will go for a WALK later at some point. And I might talk to you a little bit more then. Who knows? Maybe I'll have done some reading by then. Actually, just before we go, should I draw us an oracle card? Let's do it. I like this. Focus on gratitude. Do I even need to read the little guidebook? I don't think I do, but let's do it anyway. Appreciate yourself and other people. Be grateful for the world around you. Notice in what way you feel supported. I'm feeling grateful for a lot of things at the moment. I'm feeling grateful for my friends. I'm feeling grateful for Blair. Oh my goodness, always so grateful for Blair. Feeling grateful for my little Ollie. Feeling grateful that I have found hobbies and passions that I can truly lose myself in and find myself in at the same time. I'm grateful for figuring out that I'm autistic, and I feel like that is so much a big part of why I feel so good at the moment, is because I'm finally figuring out how to best support myself. So many things. So, I don't know, let me know what you're feeling grateful for in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Hello, just as I promised, we were out on a walk this afternoon, just a normal walk, not a bird walk today. And if you can hear rustling leaves, it's Ollie walking around in all of the fallen leaves, because it's autumn now. Anyway, here's the outfit for the day. I am just chilling at home. We don't really have plans. So comfort was the number one priority. I mean, it's usually number one priority for me, but like there wasn't really any other priorities today. A lot of these items are tried and true favorites. These shoes, one of my oldest items in my wardrobe. These brown pants I've had for a couple of years too. This striped shirt I've had for a couple of years as well. I don't remember how long exactly. Hat I got last year. Definitely become a favourite of mine, especially over the summer. And then we've got my new cardigan, thank you Ray, and also my new little water bottle holder, which as I mentioned has come in absolute clutch. I've been using it so much since I got it. Same for this cardigan actually. I kind of knew as soon as I got them that both of these items were going to become just like very practical, useful go-tos for me. And it's true. So it's a very simple outfit, but I feel really cute. I feel good. I like the colours. I feel like that's about it. I haven't really been doing a whole lot of much else. What you doing, Ollie? Would you be surprised if I said I haven't been reading? I feel like I should change the name of this video to what I wear and don't read in a week, because I think that would be a whole lot more appropriate at this point. What I have been doing, mostly knitting and editing and just like other casual cozy things. Anyway, hope you like the outfit. For now, we're going to carry on with our walk. I'll see you later. Hello, Ollie. I got an early copy. Hello, welcome to my very leisurely Monday, the perfect kind of Monday. As you saw this morning, I had my psychologist appointment, which was great. I was especially excited to see my psychologist because I got her on to Nevermoor when it very first came out. That's how long I've been seeing my psychologist for. I don't think she even knew it was coming out. She was so excited. Now, before we talk about the book, because I have been reading, if you can believe it, last night I finished Rosie's gloves. Also, I'm wearing these gloves. These are like the easy glove pattern that I first made. It's basically just like a 2x2 rib stitch tube with a hole in it for your thumb. But these are great, and it's actually kind of cold today. And I mean, in case you're new here, I injured my hand a couple of years ago, and it does get sore with lots of activities and stuff, but especially in the cold, which is why I really wanted to learn how to knit my own fingerless gloves. That's kind of where it started. Anyway, I have been wearing them for the first time since I made them a little while ago, and they're great. They are just a very simple pattern, but it's all you really need. Very exciting stuff. But I have also just finished Rosies, which are slightly more complex. They actually have a thumb. Let me show you. Aren't they cute? Look. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Genuinely, there's something quite special about learning something new. I feel like it's one of the reasons I've enjoyed birding so much, not only just because it's getting me outside and I get to see birds and look at birds and it's just a lot of fun in and of itself. It's also the element of learning just how many birds are around us and like being able to identify some of the ones that I see regularly through like just their silhouette and like their flight pattern and stuff now. Like, it's amazing. I'm still very new, but it's so exciting to kind of feel progression of some kind that isn't graded or marked in any way, but still feels good. I'm feeling very similarly about knitting. I've made a very intentional choice to, even though I do like knitting the same pattern a couple of times, because I feel like I get better at it. When I do pick out a new pattern, I've been intentionally trying to find patterns that have like 1 to 3 new things for me to learn. I don't want to go and learn like 10 new things and get overwhelmed and stressed out and feel like it's a waste of my time or whatever. But like 1 to 3 new stitches or new techniques or something is engaging, it's exciting, and it feels really good. So I finished these last night, and because I haven't got anything on the needles at the moment, I figured it was finally time for me to get stuck in. And stuck in, I certainly have. I think I've read about or close to 100 pages today, and I'm back in. I'm really enjoying it again. Definitely these books are not like the super fast-paced, high action kind of fantasy that I know a lot of, especially middle grade readers these days, really tend to enjoy. This, though, has character development. It has relationship development. It has intrigue. And there's also just like a lot of different strands that I'm sure will be tied together by the end. I've laughed out loud a handful of times. There's particularly a couple of Lottie, I would say, a new character in this book. She just has me cackling every time she's on the page. Just the silly, funny little things that come out of her mouth. Also, always have loved Cadence. She's a wonderful character. And she really gets to shine in this book in a way that I don't feel like she necessarily did, at least from memory, in the previous ones. What we don't have as much of in this is Jupiter, who is one of my favorite characters. But I feel like in amongst all of like the murder and the investigations and the other things that are happening, one of the big themes here is Morrigan becoming a teenager and kind of trying to figure out like her own boundaries and assert herself and find her own place in the world. And obviously that's going to create some tension with Jupiter. And he loves her, but he's not her dad. And he doesn't quite know how to walk that line either of wanting to be liked, but also wanting to take care of her. So it's interesting. There's a lot going on. I'm loving this. Anyway, as for my outfit today, well, I've just been chilling on the couch all day, haven't I? I'm basically wearing glorified pajamas. I haven't been outside yet, so I don't even know what shoes I will be wearing if and when we do go outside. Anyway, that's your check-in. I'll talk to you soon. Hello, I'm at work. I've just closed the shop and I have to show you what arrived today. We've got paperbacks. We have a very small number that are signed, which is exciting. Got the glorious hardbacks. This is definitely what I will be buying myself. So exciting. It actually feels like it's happening. I know I've been reading the book for the last week, but there's something about actually seeing it on the shelves, in boxes, like stacks of them, you know? So exciting, so exciting. Anyway, my old copy here, I am making progress. I have been reading and I intend to get home and do even more reading this evening. I suppose technically we are finishing up the vlog today, but I might check in with you again tomorrow. Just quickly though, I thought I'd show you my outfit. I don't think you can see it all, can you? Hang on. Don't mind the angle. I promise this outfit is super cute. I've got lots of compliments on it today, in fact. I mean, not that I was wearing the trench coat all day, but do you like my trench coat? Again, this is a pretty new item and I will be talking more about it in the upcoming Styled by Ray video, so keep an eye out. But it was cold and it was raining today, so this was perfect. The rest of the outfit, I'm wearing this beautiful skirt that Blair bought me for Christmas last year. My favourite long sleeve, yes, long sleeve knit. It was cold, like I said. And then I've got my derbies, and yes, they do have the shoe jewellery on them still. I love it. I love the shoe. Oh my god, it's such a tongue twister for me. Shoe jewellery. Love it. Obsessed. Loved this outfit, but I am so ready to head home. It was a big day. So a very quick check-in for today. I'll see you tomorrow, and we will talk a little bit more about Silverborn then. Hello. Any guesses as to what I'm doing right now? Yeah, I'm filming a bit for our upcoming Getting Starred by Ray section video that's coming out. I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after, sometime soon anyway. So I suppose this is a little bit of a spoiler. Shh, don't tell anyone. But yeah, I'm here to finish the video. Have I finished the book? No, I haven't. I'm like well over halfway, I'd say like in the 400s somewhere, and I'm still really liking it. And I suppose I never intended to kind of like spoil it for you, so I'm hoping that you're not feeling too disappointed, although if you are, I do apologize. At this point, I suppose the best thing I can say is that if you like Nevermoor, you'll like this book. If you've enjoyed the previous 3, I think it is absolutely worthwhile picking up this one. Whether you want to reread the first 3 or not, I think diving back in like cold is perfectly fine. I've had a good time doing so. I, for one, have just had a great time being back in this world, being back with characters that I love. And so I think the book is really good. I think it's a really good installment in a really good series that I love. And I'm just enjoying the book, I suppose, is all I have to say, really. One thing I do want to say is that I have had so much fun making this video. I really enjoy vlogging. I know it's not necessarily the kind of video that's always going to do the best, but I just wanted to thank you so much if you've made it all the way to the end. I really hope you enjoyed it, but let me step aside so that I can thank all of these lovely people over on Patreon who support me. They give me a tip every month to help me out, continue making these videos for you. And especially big thank you to the lovely Livia and Lynette Brown who tip me extra because they're super generous and super kind. Anyway, clearly Ollie really wants to play, so I think I better sign off and I will see you next week. Until then, happy reading, so much love. Bye. Are you trying to match with me? Is that what you're doing? Is that why you're picking these toys? I do think your favourite colour is pink, isn't it? All of your favourite toys are pink. They say dogs are colourblind, but you got great taste, girl.